And we are live. Hello, my name is Skelly the Goblin. This is a video slash live stream. If you're new to the channel, check it out. I have some videos of a Let's Play I'm doing so far, but without further ado, I wanted to talk about Cyberpunk multiplayer. I plan on making a Let's Play of Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes out. But I have been thinking of features that I want to see in Cyberpunk Online that I've been wanting to get off my mind. So I am going to explain how I'm going to talk about these features. I'm basically going to say the name of the features I want to see in the game, say what I think they should be able to do in the game, and if this video gets, let's say, 5 likes, if people find this, then I'll do a part 2 of another top 5 features I want to see in the game. But without further ado, let's talk about Cyberpunk multiplayer. So, the number 1 feature I want to see in-game is to be able to make your own gang. Now, if you check out the trailers of, the gangs of Night City, you basically see territory and other, gangs in that, basically where they're located. So I figure if you have the ability to make your own gang, basically you choose the name, you choose the style, you basically have a way to recruit people, like other players or maybe even NPCs to the gang. So basically you could have a gang in a certain territory. It would show up on the mini-map or that. And I don't have a lot of stuff planned right now. I'm just saying the stuff off the top of my mind before I forget about it. But yeah, that's one of the features I would like to see, you to be able to make your own gang. But I imagine you would probably have to wait to make your own gang until let's say you're level I don't know if there is a leveling system, but if you're able to make a gang right off the bat, that would be cool. But that brings me to another feature which would technically involve the gang making if you actually did make a gang, and that's carve-in territory. Now, this feature would be basically you taking over a spot. It's like a player home, basically, what I'm thinking. And if you found an abandoned factory or an area that is there's nobody there, you could technically claim it. So basically that feature is just base claiming. That's basically number 2. The way I see base claiming works is basically you claim area, but if you're not there for a certain amount of time, somebody could break in and potentially steal your stuff, the way I think. Because I would like to see people being able to actually rob other players or NPCs in Cyberpunk Online. After all, it's your world, it's your Cyberpunk in that, so if you want to be a thief, be a thief. If you want to be a mercenary, be a mercenary. If you want to be a gang member, be a gang member. But back to claiming territory. Basically, if you claim territory into the game... Oh, we got another person viewing. Hello and welcome to the stream. So, where was I? Oh yeah. So, claiming territory. Now, the number 1 feature I talked about earlier is if you actually have a gang, and that's a feature I hope to see, you being able to make your own gang, you would need to be able to carve territory. Now, I could see carving territory being as its own feature, due to the fact that if you didn't have a gang, you would need a player home. And if you didn't have enough eddies, I believe that's the currency in Cyberpunk, you would basically need to find a place to either lie low from the cops if you robbed a store or whatnot. So you basically would find an abandoned area or find an area where there's other squatters, and you basically say, hey, this is mine, or you basically leave something there to claim it. Now, I haven't thought much of how that feature would work, but I believe that feature would actually come in handy for if you did make a gang or that. Maelstrom in that one trailer, I believe it was the 2018 or 19 gameplay demo, you have to go deal with Maelstrom during a deal, and I think that's in the game for Cyberpunk. I haven't been paying much attention to the trailers. I've been watching them once in a while. I'm just more focused on some stuff that's going on right now. But anyways, they have control over, I don't remember what the factory's called, but it's like an old factory. And in the factory, they're able, well, you can see they like armed the place with turrets and even landmines. So I imagine if you carved up territory or claimed a base for yourself, or even bought an apartment, you would basically be able to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Trap it out, like, add traps in that. That mention in the apartment brings me to the third thing I wanted to talk about. Apartments and homes. I imagine you would be able to, like, in the online thing, buy your own apartment or house anywhere. But here's the thing I think should be added. I think they should make it so you can't have, like, multiple ones. It's a role-playing game. It wouldn't make sense unless you're, like, really rich in that. But way I see it, if you get a home or that, like one you like, and you see another one, you shouldn't have the ability to own the other house. At least in my personal opinion. I think they should make it so you move your stuff to that other house if you buy a house or apartment or that. Now, I also believe that you should be able to customize your apartment. Like, move stuff around, add things here, maybe even have a table flipped over in case like somebody storms your apartment to try to rob you or kill you. I also think you should customize the color of the apartment, basically everything. However, I also think if like you're in an apartment building and an apartment next door is like vacant, and I think if you have like an online friend with you and they move into that apartment and you decide to combine player homes, which I think is a feature in of itself, but I'm not included into this, you basically can knock down the walls of each other's home and turn it into like one giant big home. It's kind of like that trailer when in the same trailer I mentioned with the Maelstrom gang members. In the first bit of that trailer, you're rescuing shit, I don't remember her name, but a woman who was captured by scavengers. Now, in the trailer, you can notice that some of the walls are actually knocked out to make the place bigger. So I imagine this would actually work well for like claiming territory, if you basically claimed a floor on an apartment building. However, I do think that is technically part of the same feature. Now, that brings me on to number, I think it was... Shit, I need to actually remember the numbers. I'm just going to say that was number 2. Oh, as well. Or number 3. I'm getting mixed up. But I'll just say number 3 now, for now. I think number 3, the third feature, should be a deep customization of the character. Now, I know you can just customize your character like any way you want in like Cyberpunk 2077, at least that's what's been saying in that. Apparently you can have chrome skin, that sort of thing. But I would like the ability to have, let's say like the ability to make it so you can customize your character, like add stuff onto like the customization. And if you don't get what I'm trying to say, I'm basically saying make it so you can already have like certain cyberware. However, it would make it so you don't have access to other types of cyberware later on. So that would basically be a pro, but also... I guess that would be a perk and a negative perk. However, I also think this feature should work for when you recruit gang members. Basically, certain gangs have certain styles, so I believe that for a character customization, you should make it so it's like your own style. And if you did make a gang or maybe a mercenary group or a nomad family, because I think those should be features as well, but I'm just going to count them as part of the gang thing. I think you should have the ability to actually choose what NPC members, basically non-playable characters, should... I think you should have the ability to basically change what they look like. That's what I'm basically trying to say. So it's basically a unique look to like your nomad family, gang, that sort of thing. Also your player character. Now that brings me to number 4. Customizable vehicles. Originally in Cyberpunk 2077, you were going to have customized vehicles. At least that's what I heard. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I think that was a cut feature. I want basically customized vehicles. I want to be able to like customize the vehicles, change the paint job, that sort of thing. Basically make it unique in my own way. And I think other people would actually like to have that as well. Sorry, just had to crack my neck there. Now, customized vehicles, I'm not just talking about like cars or that. I think like the players should be able to own like transport trucks, those junker cars, or motorcycles. Basically, whatever floats your boat. I think you should be able to heavily customize it. Like, you could make like one of those transport trucks heavily armored or less armored. Now, I'm going to move on to number 5. And number 5 is actually heists. Now, you might be wondering, what do you mean heist? I mean like being able to rob other players, being able to rob stores, that sort of thing. Basically, I want to see like a feature that's added in that allows you to actually rob stores because, well, one, and I've been in Cyberpunk Online, you're just like a new person in Night City. Or you're born there, or you're a nomad, or you're a corpo. But way I see it, I think they should add like a feature where you can basically rob other players. Like, this comes in handy with my like other thing I said earlier about like player homes, how you can combine them and how you can trap them. I think like if you invited somebody to like a heist you planned on like somebody's house, like they just got done robbing somebody or they just made a lot of eddies, they put it in like a safe in their player home, you could potentially go there when they're not there, rob the place when they're like away or that, and get the stuff. However, I think like when you do that, you would also have to be careful because I believe that some of the players would actually be able to arm their house with traps and that. Or if they own a gang, they could have like NPC members there, or even like other players who aren't doing anything right now and they're just there because they got asked to be there to guard stuff. And also, I do believe there is some like places you can rob in Night City on Cyberpunk 2077, the non-online game. In a Braindance trailer, you see a person robbing a convenience store. I don't know if you are able to rob them yourself in the game, but I do hope you can. I hope that feature would also be in Cyberpunk Online. Now, I mentioned heists thinking of like robbing like armored transports, like out in the Badlands or even in Night City. Because the Maelstrom gang actually does rob like one of them during like the trailer thing. It's like during the introduction with like Dexter Deshawn. You see like a image when you put a chip in your head to see what the information holds. They basically robbed our armored transport. So it got me thinking. And if you can rob the armored transports, you should also be able to sell the stuff that you robbed from them. That would give you more money, but it would also be a downside if you have to store the money in a player home or on you. Because I do think other people should be able to rob the other players. Now, I would like to reiterate, this is just my opinion. I have no information on, like, the game, what will be in it, what won't be in it. This is just stuff I'm hoping will be in it. But, with all that said, I would like to ask people who are watching this, like, later on or watching this now, to leave a comment saying what you think should be added in, or what you think should not be added in. And if you like the little ideas I had. I probably should have wrote everything what I was thinking down, that way I wouldn't stutter so much or repeat stuff what I said. I think I accidentally added 6 things into this video instead of 5, but hey, just count that as a bonus. But I would like to talk about some of the features I think should be added for the gang thing. Now, earlier I mentioned, like, for the number 1 thing, being able to make your own gangs. I also think you should be able to make your own, like, mercenary bands. Like, you basically have a group of mercenaries, like, solos, guns for hires, that sort of thing. But I also mentioned a nomad family. I think you should be able to make your own, like, nomad family. You basically drive around, have nomad camps, all that sort of stuff. Me, myself, I'm more of a start my own gang type of person. But yeah, these were the things I hope to see in Cyberpunk Online. If anybody else hopes to see these things, leave a comment saying that you hope to see those, or leave a comment saying that you hope to see other stuff, or leave a comment saying that you don't hope to see any of that. Me personally, I hope to see the ability to make your own gang. I hope to see the ability to be able to customize your own car. I hope to see the ability where you can own your own apartment and customize your own apartment. Maybe even combine them with a friend of yours who's either in your gang, nomad family, or mercenary band. I also hope to see the ability to customize your members of your gang, nomad family, mercenary band, and your character heavily. Heck, I even hope to see you be able to customize your weapons. But yeah, if you guys like the video, leave a like. If you guys want to hear another top 5 or even top 10, and leave a like, and I might even use some of your guys' suggestions or comments, so leave a suggestion what you want to see and how it would work. And yeah, I'm Skelly the Goblin, and this has been the top 5, well, technically 6, things I want to see in, well, Cyberpunk Online. And I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a nice day. Stay safe out there,